The movie opens with a scene of numerous workers in a field gathering fruits in baskets. One man stops working and walks away in a different direction, but suddenly collapses. His son and other workers rush to his aid, and after some time, the man's funeral takes place. Meanwhile, the boy named William is seen disassembling an electric device and reassembling it as a music player. When his father asks if he had fixed it, William responds positively and gives the device to his father. Later, the father listens to the radio, hoping for rain due to the severe drought in their village. William fetches water from a well and washes himself before finding his parents have gifted him new clothes, which he happily accepts. The following day, William wears his new clothes to school, where the director gives a speech about the importance of putting in effort and time into learning. Suddenly, heavy rain interrupts the speech, and the students head to their classrooms. In William's class, the teacher informs him that his father has not paid for his education yet, putting his schooling at risk. William is shocked by the news and goes home to study until late in the evening, requesting more kerosene for light from his mother. The next day, the teacher distributes the test results. William passed the test with 62 points, but he wasn't satisfied and thought he could do better. Later, at the landfill, he found a battery that caught his attention. While he was there, some villagers discussed selling trees that protected their village and fields from drought to another village. Despite William's father warning them about the consequences of cutting down the trees, some villagers agreed to sell them to feed their families. William went to a hut where adult guys were sitting, discussing girls and listening to the radio. The radio stopped working because the batteries had run out, so the guys asked William to run to his house for batteries, and he agreed. While on his way, he learned from his father that there was not enough money for his school fees. However, he managed to get the batteries and successfully turned on the radio, which made everyone happy and grateful. The next day, William saw his sister kissing his teacher, Chicago, and later, William agreed to help his friend take revenge on Chicago by breaking his bike. While approaching the bike, William discovered a wonderful mechanism where the headlight starts to light up when you start pedaling. He overheard his parents talking about their financial problems and that they couldn't afford his school fees. At school, the director called out several names of those who hadn't paid their fees, including William. He told them that there would be no postponement and they would not be able to study if they didn't pay. William and his father went to a friend named Travel to suggest he could buy some trees to protect his village from drought and floods. However, Travel told them that there was a big crisis in the world, and their state would not be able to help farmers. He said that there would soon be a big protracted famine. The drought continued, and the villagers' harvest died quickly. One day, William quietly went to the classroom to ask Chicago how his bike headlight worked. Chicago told him that a magnet was needed to make such a mechanism and advised him to go to the library to read books about it. Since William didn't have a pass to the library, Chicago took him there. The head of the party visited the village and led a policy against the people. He didn't care about the drought or the floods. The leader of the village praised the head of the party, but then accused him of not paying attention to ordinary people and hunger. The leader was quickly taken off the stage and severely beaten, and William and the chief's son noticed this and ran to save him. William's father also broke through the guards and ran to his son. The guards started shooting into the air, causing panic, and everyone ran in different directions. The chief was badly wounded and was put in one of the huts in the village since it was impossible to take him to the hospital. The next day, William's father John and several other people went to harvest, but it was very hot, and they were only able to harvest a small amount of dried corn. John arrived at the center of the village and found a group of people gathered around a radio, listening to the latest news. According to the broadcast, the government denied the existence of hunger and claimed that everything was under control, despite the drastic increase in grain prices. John, along with other residents, decided to protest against the authorities, who failed to acknowledge the problem. The next day, William attempted to attend his school class, but the headmaster dismissed him, telling him to leave and never return. Meanwhile, William's mother discovered that government trucks with grain had arrived in the village. Residents flocked to the trucks, and William's mother gave him money to buy as much grain as possible. However, chaos ensued as people fought over the limited supplies. William managed to buy some grain but was worried about it being stolen. Later, during a rally, William's father and other men returned to find that their food supplies had been stolen. As food became scarce, William's family and others were forced to limit their intake to once a day. Meanwhile, William attempted to create a water tree to help combat the drought, using a headlight with a mechanism given to him by his sister's boyfriend. Despite his father's disapproval, William and his friends worked tirelessly to build a windmill to help bring water to the village. Eventually, William convinced his father to provide him with a bicycle, and they started constructing the windmill. After several attempts, they succeeded, and the village was saved from the drought. Thanks for watching till the end. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.